I'm just popping in the front of this video to introduce myself. I don't think I've introduced myself or discussed some of the videos I've been making. And I'm sat on the floor because it's really sunny and I can't be bothered to set anything else up. So anyway, hi, I'm Angela. I'm the ADHD gardener. I'm a 55-year-old woman who likes plants. And I'd like to say I am in no way a professional gardener. I am not an expert in my field. I am more of a lucky amateur. I like growing things. I like watching things grow. I like propagating. I love it. I really enjoy that. But I'm not a professional. I don't know everything. I just thought I'd like to tell you this. And a lot of the things I've been doing in the videos recently are new to me. They're firsts, like the insulating of the greenhouse. I've never done that before. Bringing my pelargoniums and my geraniums in to keep them over winter. I've always wanted to do that, but I've never done it. So a lot of the things you'll be seeing me do are firsts. This cactus video, when I first did the cactus, propagating cactuses by side shoots, cutting the cactus off, and these are all firsts, and I don't always get them right. And I want to put that out there. I don't always get things right. Like I say, I'm a lucky amateur, but I won't pretend that I get them right. So I'm going to show you everything I do. I'm going to show you the good, the bad, the ugly, because it's a learning process for me as well as you. I will try X, Y, Z, and we'll see if it works. I have ADHD. I'm an undiagnosed ADHD, and that is a video in itself, which means I find a lot of things out by doing them. I can't read, and I don't take in knowledge from reading. I take it better in from listening, which is why YouTube and things like that are fabulous. A lot of my gardening books have big pictures. I like books like that. But I just want you to understand that we'll be going through this together. I want to see how condensed my greenhouse gets because it's really damp at the moment. I have a lot of succulents that I'd like to keep over winter, and not all of them are going to fit in the conservatory. So I want to see if I can keep them in the greenhouse. I want to be able to grow my pelargoniums and my geraniums. I've got some scented ones that are beautiful, and they normally die over winter. So this is what I want to get across. Things are going to go wrong. It isn't going to stop me from trying again. It isn't going to stop me from trying to find a way that I can get this to work. And hopefully with you seeing me do that, you'll find ways to get your tricky gardening products to work for you. So that's all I really wanted to say. That was a lot, wasn't it? Okay, we can get on with the video now. See you soon. Good morning and welcome back to the conservatory. This is a brief update on the leaning cactus that I did a few weeks ago. I'll link that to down below in the description. It's not gone well. It's been mild but very moist, and the humidity meter in the conservatory, I mean, it says 83%. It's been quite mild but quite moist, so unfortunately we have a bit of mold in the top there, and the cutting we took, or rather the piece we took from there, the leaning part, has also molded, even though I've not watered these from the bottom. The top's still all right, but in the good news, the not the cuttings, the little offshoots we took, both of those are fine. I mean, that one's fine. So we've still got a main plant. This is still leaning quite a bit, so I want to address that. But I also really want to address this because I don't want that one to die. It's one of my big ones. This, unfortunately, this was an experiment, not an experiment, but this is the first time I've done this. So we will cut it off and continue and see if we can make it any better. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove a bit more of this, and then I'm going to treat it with something to see if we can prevent that happening again. I mean, that's only happened over the last couple of... Yeah, it's not. Actually, it's not squishy. The piece that was between... Because if you remember rightly, I cut the whole lot off about to there, and then I separated the top part from the middle part. Well, I potted on the middle part and that just rotted. I mean, that was just to see what would happen. I won't do that again. But that was just soft. But this bit, that's actually not soft. That's just on the top. Or I don't know. But this one I'm going to cut off and then try and repot in. Whereas this one has been a success. This is little Diglet. And we have Doug Trio up on the shelf. But yes, these are fabulous. So I'm not going to lose the plant completely, but it's all a learning process. I should have done this earlier in the year. I should have done this, blah, 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 blah. But I'm learning. And that's the important thing. Right, I'll be back in a bit. I've cut this in half so you can see where it's rotted. And it's like, ew, look at that. So there we go. That's the bottom piece that's rotted. So I've cut it back until there's no more brown rings. So we've got this here. I've got a tiny little bit left. And I've just trimmed the edges down because the roots come from this bit. So that's the bit that needs to be in contact with the soil. Right. Now, what I've done with this one is I've cut it back as far as I can. I've just propped up the big bit with some wooden chopsticks because it's set like that now. So rather than being floppy, because of the bend, it's actually growing in the bend. That was actually quite hard to get up. So it's not floppy anymore for any other reason than weight. So I've propped it up and hopefully it'll start growing. There we are. So yeah, I've cut this back as far as I can. There's still a bit of brown, but I really don't want to disturb it and repot it again. So this may well rot off and I'll have to, but we'll give it a try. Right. Now, what we want to do is I'm going to brush the top of this to try and prevent any more rot with sulphur. You used to be able to get it called yellow sulphur, which is, yeah. But it's commonly known as flowers of sulphur. And you can get that from Amazon still in packets for soil improvement and things like that. So I'm going to dust this with flowers of sulphur and I'm going to, oh gosh, you're going to end up with cactus spines. Go away. Yes, you, go away. You've had breakfast. Go on, bug off. So I'm going to do all this and then I shall come back and we'll have a look at how it all looks. This is why I giggled when they put it under the heading yellow sulphur, because yeah, I don't know if sulphur comes in other colours, but it is very definitely yellow. Right, I've got a soft brush. Okay. And we're just going to... Oops. I can't do this, two things at once. Unlike what people truly believe, I can't multitask. Okay, keep going. Here we go. And some more. Ooh. Now I actually have sulphur in the house because it is the magic powder I used to give my kids when they used to fall over. So if they'd graze their knees, because it is very useful, I used to dust it with the yellow magic powder and that used to make them feel better. There we go. Right, now, there's not a lot left of him, is he? Bless thing. Right, I don't hold out for him. I don't hold much hope, but there's always hope. We'll see what happens to him, and I want to see what happens to him. Now, if this continues to go bad and horrible, I'm going to have to separate it from the plant and just save the majority of the plant. Now I'm doing all this because I have other plants that may need this sort of treatment in the future. Like I say, a lot of the plants I have bought, you can see where I've bought them from, and they are growing with wastes, and the top parts are growing better. So when they get to this sort of size, I think they're going to have the same sort of problem. So I sort of want to see how to or not to do this, because I don't want to kill the plant off. You know, if needs be, I'll prop them up like this and stuff. But yeah, we'll give it another go. So, but thankfully, he's okay. Diglet's all right. And I have 2 of those, and they're doing fine. So, he's looking at you, kid. This was on the windowsill, so I'm going to put this somewhere else, somewhere where it's going to be not as dramatic a drop. I mean, the succulents on the windowsill and the cactuses on the windowsill are doing fine, but that's because they're all healthy and growing, whereas this little chap needs a bit of TLC. So I might put him on the other windowsill. Bear with me, I'm going to spin you around. Will she give you shots when all 3 of my big Thanksgiving cactuses are flowering? So up there. So it's higher, so it technically should be warmer. And hopefully it's drier as well. But anyway, that's it for now. Spin you around again. And I'll keep you updated. Hopefully this will all work out and I won't lose a cactus. Say bye-bye, Diglet. See you soon.